Breann McGregor. So, Notlim. So, tell me, how has COVID affected you, and has it helped you as well?
It's been a mix of good and bad for me. So I'll start with the bad first. I feel like there's been a lot of adjustments and change during this time because things keep happening. So many things on top of other things that keep happening, from like people dying, family members dying, public figures dying, celebrities dying. Everybody's just going through something, so it's a lot to kind of take in. Plus the movement, plus I'm an adult now. I'm 18. I just turned 18 in January. I just graduated. So it's a lot coming at me, that I don't know about.
How was that graduation for you?
It was fun, actually. I didn't expect it. My family threw a surprise for me, and my friend came over. She did my makeup, See, they took my pictures. But it was really nice.
So, but COVID affected your graduation?
I didn't have a prom. I didn't have a graduation ceremony. I just had like a virtual graduation ceremony, but I didn't get to walk across the stage and, be there with my other classmates in person.
I'd like to know what it was like, going from knowing you were going to walk across one day, and then all of a sudden COVID hitting, and it's like, hey, look, you're not going to have your prom, and you're not going to walk across stage.
Well, if anything, I think it reminded me that there is some good coming out of this, and that's what made it easier for me to be hopeful. So my family surprised me. They told me that they were going to take pictures of me to do like a graduation photo shoot. So when I came, they took me to a restaurant, and then my friends were there and my family members were there, and we all just had fun and danced in the parking lot of that restaurant.
So when you,
it was a nice surprise.
So when you did your makeup and your photo, was the photo shoot before you walked out into a parking lot where all these people surprised you?
Yeah, because I thought I was just going there to like take pictures and like have fun with my family,
and then all of a sudden you show up to this parking lot and there's all these people there that are like, what? So that is so awesome.
We played the ceremonial music.
the pomp and circumstance, because it's like she's not going to hear pomp and circumstance. That's so crucial. Like, you remember that song in that moment. It's like a bride coming down the aisle to the bridal march. It's like you have to hear that. So that was the whole purpose of gathering people together.
How was that moment for you, Notlim?
It was just overwhelming. It still is. Like, I can't even remember everything because it was that overwhelming and surprising.
You were that surprised that you're like, I'm not expecting this at all. That's so awesome. That's awesome. I mean, graduation for me was, we graduated and then that was really it. There was no like celebration except the fact that I was like, yes, I'm out. But to really let it sink in, and I'm sure it wasn't sinking in that moment because you were surprised, but you'll forever remember, like, wow, that was really, really cool.
Yeah, and she left out the part that we had a banner, we had balloons, all her friends was there. She said, and then she left out the part about we had the speaker there with the microphone. So me and my wife, we were the what we call moderator. We was talking, and we were the speakers, and then TJ spoke as well. So it was like we set it up like it was a real graduation.
Yeah.
And we had one chair for her to sit on, and so we talked and we expressed how we felt about her.
Brian.
They was his deal as an actor. I tapped into a place where water could come from thy eyes, and I made sure that the water was spitting from thy eyes, seemingly as if like we're crying.
Look, we just want to make her cry.
But we didn't cry at all.
That's really the thing. We
used
our acting to just make our eyes really watering, to make some water substance to come out of our eyes and go down our face.
I love TJ. Great conviction. That was.
Yeah, we also use those like teardrops that
Oh,
make
yeah.
your eyes real watery. So
Yeah.
he did that. Yeah, we were real fast. Like nobody saw us when we grabbed the tear bottle and just nobody saw
I
it.
hear
We
you.
were quick like that.
Oh, so tell me about your prom. How is that, and how did that work out? Were you, you know, was it something that was outside, or is it something that, because I have to be honest, most people didn't have prom.
Yeah. So I didn't get to have a prom. That was canceled. So what we did was, my mom was like, you know what, you should save in the moment. You should ask Dad to take pictures and just get a dress, do something. And so I told her the look I wanted, and then we got the dress, and like the headpiece as well.
I was gonna ask, is that the one, the headpiece that's?
Yeah, I got
I
like a
love
crown,
it.
almost like a dress that like the Greek, I guess goddesses would wear, where you have to tie it this way or that way. It's just like a,
This is a very important moment for those kids to look up. Like, we grow up thinking about prom and graduation, and to go to be able to put themselves in your shoes and say, God, I want to make this really special. I think that is really amazing on your family and friends and your brother's side. And I think it's really amazing that you accept it with open arms and are open to, hey, this is the circumstances that are in front of me. I can either look at this like the glass half empty or half full, and you appreciate it. It's your perspective of things. You can either make it this terrible experience, or you can make this the best experience ever. And I think the way you have approached it is, you're going to have these beautiful memories for the rest of your life that others will never get to experience. And I like that approach that you have, that you are positive. I know that it's not all the time. I'm sure there's parts of you that, because we're human, but the fact that we're so appreciative of what you were able to do, though COVID tried to stop, COVID didn't stop you from enjoying yourself. And that's awesome. I would like to know, how has COVID affected you as far as with work and colleagues, and has that been hard for you, or have you been able to work?
I mean, we booked a commercial as a family, so that was nice because it's something that I prayed for.
Which is it, the one that I saw, the Chevy?
Yeah, on Instagram.
Yeah.
It is so awesome. As far as with school, did you as well have to stop with school, or did you continue to do it virtually? Did they have you stop mid? Were you able to stop at the same time, or you were doing school virtually, right?
Yeah, I got to finish it on time. I graduated on time, so I continued with it. It wasn't too hard for me because we're kind of used to that anyway, having to stay home and do work anyway. So it wasn't a big adjustment for me like other kids right now. So yeah, but it's just been difficult with the acting because it's like, okay, I'm out of school, I graduated, and I thought, auditions would be coming in more often, and now they're not because of COVID. So it's been a little hard as far as work.
You had this idea of what it would be like once I graduate. I'm going to have this opportunity to like really chase a lot of gigs, and I have a lot of auditions, and you had a lot of plans for yourself that just got halted. And
a lot of different things as far as family, and I mean, when I look back, I was on Snapchat, and sometimes they show you like memories from a year ago, and I look back and things are so different. And I mean, now it's September, about to be October, and that's crazy. And we've been in quarantine for a long time. We even started a little bit before they shut everything down, before they said, okay, we're going to quarantine. We started quarantining before that.
Yeah.
So it's been a while for us.
Yeah. And as far as college or whatnot, I guess, is that something, I mean, or is that something that you started, or was it like, hey, I want to focus on my acting? Where
It was focusing on my acting.
are you did you start school or?
Nope, no. I mean, seeing as how things are now, I couldn't exactly go experience, the college life, college
Yeah, it's
experience.
a lot to really take in. And I think, yeah, I understand. I have a lot of friends that have said they started a project, and some other people started some courses, and I said, how's it going? They're like, I can't concentrate. I can't even, I can't, it's really hard to take care of myself and do my job or my work. And on top of it, try to add in a course or whatnot. And so it's really affected people in the sense that they really feel like they can't move forward. It's more of like this, basically learning patience. You just have to wait it out. And that's really hard for a lot of people too. It's like the unknown of like, okay, when are things going to start back up? Are they ever going to start back up? So I'd like to start with you, Notlim, because it seems like for you, it's been a little bit slower from what, your dad, your mom, they're busy. Your dad's himself busy because that is your dad. And TJ, you're busy as well. What have you been doing for yourself to keep yourself focused so that you don't go off track? What are you doing to really help yourself, continue just to keep going, like, that this is going on, it'll eventually, and you don't know, you do know, we know it won't be the same. But how are you, out of everyone with so many unknowns, what are you doing for yourself to keep yourself so composed and positive? Because your outlook, your outtake on life is still positive, even though you've had a lot of setbacks and a lot of things have been halted for you.
Yeah. It's kind of hard, to be honest, because it feels like you said, there's a lot of unknown, and I feel like, how am I supposed to improve and, go after what I want if everything's at a standstill? And to a certain degree, it almost feels like life is pointless because of this whole COVID thing. I mean, making new connections with people, even dating, or couples have each other, married couples have each other, families have each other, and that's great, but some people don't have that. Some people are trying to date. Some people are trying to get their life together. Some people are my age trying to get their life together. Or if you're alone, that's really hard during this quarantine. At least I have my family, but it's really difficult. So if anything, I have to first focus on gratitude, because I'm not on the streets hungry. I have my family here. I'm in a good position, and there's still room to grow and move forward. So I have to focus on that. I have to focus on being honest with myself about how I feel, because it's a lot that's affecting me mentally and emotionally. And I feel like sometimes I shouldn't feel that way, or it shouldn't have that much of an effect on me, because I'm in a good position, But I have to be honest about how I feel, why I feel it, because it makes it easier for me to be grateful and to see that I still have growth to do, and then to focus on my vision as far as what I want to do and who I want to be. So
I love the fact that you validate your feelings, because that's what you're saying right now, is that by you, you said, I know I shouldn't feel this way, but I know that I do. And right there, you are validating that, hey, like, it's okay. I want you to know that it is okay the way you feel. Like, a lot of us feel that way. Don't feel like you should feel only so much or so little. Like, everyone has their own ways of dealing with things. People can handle more than others or whatnot. So if you do feel overwhelmed, don't, validate that. That's okay to feel that overwhelmed. And sit with that emotion and allow and I think that's what you are doing, is that you remind, like, you're aware of it. That's the first step, is just being aware and saying, hey, I am very overwhelmed. But I also just want to, my just advice to you is, that's helped me, is that I've always felt that you can only have it to a certain degree, and that is not true. everyone is different. So if you feel that you are overwhelmed and I shouldn't be this overwhelmed, no, it is okay to feel however overwhelmed you are, because we are going through something that none of us have ever gone before. So there is no rule book on how to feel. So you are very mindful of that and aware of that. And your outlook on life, as far as looking like your gratitude and your goals and staying focused, what do you do outside of that, for instance, during the day, that helps you stay grounded? Because I would really like to know, maybe those are some things that I can try to implement into my life, and I'd like others to know as well, because I feel that that is where I connect with you on that. I know we're different ages, but I very much know with that lonely, it may be different, but I struggle with that every single day. I just would like to know. I mean, I want others to know, but I feel alone too. And I watch your posts. I love that you're out there and you're artistic and you share really great, like wisdom that you have within you, and share other quotes of those that you look up to. And I find that inspiring. I would like to know what you do. Like, how does Notlim, and I'm not making it out like you are doing this perfect, because I don't want to burden you and make you think that I think that you're not having struggles. I know very much you're having struggles, and why I'm asking you is because your outlook on life, even though you're saying it's really hard for you, you're actually getting out there and doing stuff, whereas I'm keeping myself enclosed in four walls. For 7 months, I've been in a confinement of my own little prison. Though it's my room, it's my safe place, but I feel like I'm safe here. But I've also disconnected from the world before doing that. So, I mean, I see you getting out there, and I've created this place for me that snowballed into this really vicious cycle of, now when I do try to leave my room or go do something, even if it's going downstairs to the kitchen, I get so overwhelmed I run back upstairs. Or if I leave the house, I haven't been to a grocery store. I've gotten my hair done twice. I walk around the park, but I keep my distance, but I can stay in the house, in my bedroom and here, and I don't leave, but I see you out there doing things. And how do you do it?
Okay, so what actually helps me is helping other people. So it reminds me, like you said, we're not alone in this and we're all going through it. But I mean, I don't know. I just feel like anytime something really bad happens in my life or whatever's trying to attack me, I always have some type of resilience against it. And I'm able to look on the positive side. So that's why I post what I post and I say certain things. And sometimes people may say like, oh, is she going to do something? Well, yeah, I am. But I just felt it on my heart to say something to other people who may be struggling or going through something, because it's something I can resonate with. And it's a little difficult, but I think the main thing I've really learned from posting and being out there is that what I'm doing right now matters. Despite having a job right now or not, it's impacting people regardless of me being on the television and playing a character. Mm-hmm. Because I have more to offer in life, and I'm interested in other things. So that's something I've realized about myself, and I've been more confident in it. And I realized I have so much work to do within myself. And I realized just when I think I'm getting better, I'm actually getting worse sometimes emotionally or mentally. And I thought I was over something, but I'm not. And it still bothers me. And, my main thing is not letting myself get to that low place and staying at it. Because once you stay there, it's hard to really get out of it.
Yeah.
So I've been encouraging myself to say yes more than no. So like FaceTiming someone and working out. I used to be so embarrassed to do that. because I thought, oh, I look weird when I'm working out. I'm breathing hard. Is it uncomfortable? So
Yeah.
I've been trying new things. So yeah,
That's
just different stuff.
What's your a daily look for Notlim look like? Your daily, like a daily routine. What would a
It's been changing.
every day?
Just because at first I was in school and then graduated, but here recently it's just been some things around the house, doing some classes. I did a class on reinventing yourself, so that was cool. And then driving, and then
You're driving?
yeah.
Awesome. I remember you. I don't want my license. I don't ever want to drive.
I know I still have like, I don't know if you would call it anxiety or whatever, but I have reservations about it just because there's so much I have to take into account. And it's not because, oh, I'm a driver. I have to take those consequences as a driver if something happens, you know. And on top of that, it's also because I'm not just, you know, the 18-year-old behind the wheel. I'm a Black young woman behind the wheel. So, I mean, it's a lot to take in. And I was telling my mom this the other day, and she's like, yeah, but you can't let that stop you. And I told her it's not stopping me. Being aware of it is what actually just makes me, I guess, more mindful about it or hopeful. And it shows me that I have some growth to do within myself. It's like some kind of emotional thing, you know, dealing with the anxiety, but it's not going to stop me. Besides me being Black, besides me being a driver and dealing with consequences, it's also because I'm 18. I just turned 18, so it's not like, oh, okay, it's another year, you're getting older. It's everything is new, and this is expected of you. So if I get in a bad situation, I'm gonna have to reap the consequences of an adult. If I was a kid, it's like, okay, it's kind of like a pass, whatever. But no, I'm an adult now.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I want to admit it or not, or accept that or not, it's a lot coming at me, and there's a lot that you have to be taught and go into. So.
She's taking on 18 in a
I
whole nother
was just
way.
about to say that. I was about to just say, have you always been this mindful, or do you believe COVID has a lot, because of the time that COVID has 7 months or whatever, I don't know how many months we're into it. I've honestly am forgetting days here, but do you believe that COVID has made you more anxiety of like, oh my, because now you have so much time to actually think about each thing. So you're like, oh my God, now I'm 18, this, because when you turn 18, most people are just still going about their day, going to school, doing classes or whatnot. And you, because everything has been kind of put to a halt, you've got all this time to be like, oh my God, I'm 18. And now look at every single responsibility that most of us learn along the way, the hard way, because we start to.
I mean, I definitely had more time to think, but I think the only reason why I'm this mindful is because of what I've experienced. Because I can even say a couple years ago when I first got the show with Marlon Wayans, the show Marlon, there was a lot that I thought about and a lot I had to consider because I was in this new position and, you know, I was getting attention and it's like, okay, this is a lot to think about, a lot to digest. And it's almost like you're kind of rushed in this industry. And they say, a saying is like, we rush you to wait, or what is it?
Right.
Hurry up
to wait, or whatever.
Yeah, hurry up and wait, yeah.
And so it has a lot of effect. It's not just, you know, the fame or the recognition. It's like, it has an effect on your mental and emotional health. And that's why some kids don't really know how to handle it. And, you know, some kids don't have a strong relationship with their family to guide them through it. So thankfully I have that. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's just a lot. So I think that's why I've been always mindful about different things. But the COVID has made me, I guess, more self-aware, giving me more time to think too. Yeah. That's good and bad. But I mean, COVID is also time for people to be self-made, you know, like they're learning things online by themselves. Sometimes it's difficult because you need to go take a class in person with someone to improve. But it's all about being committed to your goals now because there's nothing stopping you. It's either you want to do it and you do it or you don't.
So true.